Kelly to John Clark. That's the transition.
Yo.
What's going on?
What's going on, y'all? We early today.
Thankfully, what's good? What's good?
All right, man. First and foremost, this is Nerdflow Podcast. This is issue 178. This is a podcast that talks all about anything and everything from nerd culture, pop culture, video games, anime, movies, comic books. We talk about it on this show. Welcome to Nerdflow Podcast. What is up, y'all?
What's
Going
good?
on?
What's
What's
good?
going on?
So,
Chilling, man.
so
Rocking my fluorescent colors today.
I have a laundry list of
You know,
games. Let's
Oh,
see.
nice.
Go ahead, y'all.
I need a Demon Slayer shirt and toys.
Okay. I think this is where we started at from followers, but I think it's got to the point now where I just can't even keep up with it. So we got a giveaway going on. First and foremost, to kick it off with that. Got a giveaway going on for a $30 gift card. Please go
Ready?
enter to win. It is running all month long, and I will also put the link for it in the chat for those. But yeah, we had a lot of followers as well. We got Vark9, we got Christo
hold on.
CT886. Huh? What you say?
Don't don't worry. I
Okay.
I I saw something, but I'm not gonna say it right now.
Okay. Let's see. We got
Just look at the chat and you'll see what I'm saying.
have my
Okay.
chat. Oh, that's probably because it's tied to the doggone Stream
Yeah.
Element. Yeah, Stream Elements did that. Because you could do contests, you could do giveaway, but I could have swore I disabled contests. But anyway. Joe Bolski, we got Finesmark, Cardin High, Lorax 420, EH Brizzle, Arlaw Lee, Max 999. I almost says, Eileen Noon. I don't know that. Yeah, man, we had a lot of followers, so appreciate all the new followers. They're probably over from last time. I'd say probably about 25 to 30 new followers. So appreciate the new follows to the channel.
Appreciate y'all.
Amen.
Oh, there you go.
Now y'all get to see our beautiful faces
Every
anytime
single
you
day.
want.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right, man. Let's see. Today, man. So we're gonna be talking about. Pretty sure you can tell by the graphic on the overlay. We're gonna be talking about Invisible, Demon Slayer, Yasuke. That's not how it's actually pronounced. That's just how us uncultured people pronounce it. But anyway, so we got that going as well. And we're gonna be talking about a lot of the latest stuff going on this week in nerd culture. So let's get into things, man. How's everybody, first and
Okay.
foremost?
I'm
Oh
good. I'm
man, I can't
good.
complain. I'm sorry. I'm sending out a blast right now. I can't complain, man. It was a good week to be a nerd. Because of all the games and movies and shows and everything that came out Friday. Well, last weekend and this weekend were really, it's like, where it's like, oh man, slow news week. No, this was opposite of that. This was a full news week, people. So yeah, you know, I won't bore y'all with my pleasantries. We can get into it.
All right,
Yo, I just pretty much had a game night with my family last night, and let's just say with the alcohol, which I didn't really drink. I had a few, had like 2 cups of Jack Daniels, but and
Like actual
what?
cups, like like metric
No,
unit
no,
cups.
no,
Oh,
no,
I
no,
was
no,
like,
no.
damn boy.
Like
Like
solo cups.
probably had like I probably had like probably like a
One cup,
like to the first line in a silo cup. I mean, in a silo
solo
cup.
cup, solo
Yeah,
cups.
solo cup. Yeah, like to the first line. I probably had two of those and drunk a beer. But like the rest of my folks was like dead ass drunk, so we was trying to play taboo. And let's just say we didn't make it through the game.
Yeah, that
Cause,
game was two bow, not taboo.
but yo, I
You
had
get
a good
drunk like
time.
that.
Yeah, I had a good time last night with my folks, man. It's been a while
So,
since we had a good time like that. So
That's cool. That's
smooth
cool.
gathering, but and then got up today, watched all my anime, read a book, you know, just pretty much had a relaxed day.
Cool.
that
Cool.
sounds
Cool.
like that sounds about right. That's a good Sunday. That's a good Sunday.
All
What
right,
about
man.
you, Royalty?
I was actually home a little bit more than I normally am, so got a lot of stuff done. A lot of stuff done before the podcast, of course. So couldn't complain. I normally don't rest a whole lot on Sundays. I'm normally on the go, doing a lot of stuff with the kids and the family before I come back home and
Hmm.
do the show. So today was a little bit more relaxed, so I can't complain about that.
Good deal.
Got an adult nap in, so
Oof.
Hey,
Always
yo,
some
you
more.
figure do you ever think back and be like, damn, I used to hate naps when I was a kid, but now
Yes.
I crave them all.
Yes.
You kind of
I
you
had that
need them
FOMO
now.
syndrome. I didn't even want to go up until my 20s. I didn't even like falling asleep early because I'm like, I'm gonna miss out on something. Now,
by the
boy,
time
it
I
could
was in
be 8:59. Come on, where the bed at? Show it
by
to
the
Oh,
me.
so
time I
what?
was in high school, I was missing. I wanted it out.
So hold on. What you think you was gonna miss out on?
Man, it be the craziest stuff, dog. Like my friends are ride around, like they, but man, you missed it, bro. We had these many females. We was calling your phone. You just something, because I ain't had no car back then, So I would rely on my homeboy Felix. He had the shout out to my homeboy Fee. He had the car, so you know what I
Right.
mean. Like it'd be a Friday. They might, and my house was the kick it house, so it just be like that. And it was like, man, I don't want to miss out on nothing. So it's like I'll stay up to like 3, 4 in the morning if I had to,
So,
just doing nothing. You know what I
so
I
mean?
check this
Sometimes
I
out.
think I
Monday
think
through
everybody has that one house where you kick it, like the whole group just come like,
that
oh, we coming
that was
over.
my house. That was my
well,
house.
that was David's because David's mom was just pretty much like, I ain't gonna be here no way, or she was pretty much like, I'm gonna be in my room, long as y'all don't tear my house up. Cool.
Same with my mom.
pretty
Yep.
much.
So it was just like, all right, we finna go to the royalty house, you know, and we'd be there like, and we could all be hanging there, It'll get to the point where everybody was just knocked out, or you'll have one
Oh,
person up playing the game, and some
Yep.
people talking, some people over there sleep,
Yep.
some people, somebody finna go take orders to go get something to eat.
Yep.
It was just
uh,
at any point it could be between 3 to 10 of us at his house at one time.
Hmm.
Facts.
That sounds about
well,
right. So yeah.
so everybody had like a role in each group. I was the guy who always brought the movies or the food.
There you go. And
Nah,
he's
we
an
ain't had
essential
no
guy.
roles. We ain't had no roles. It was just whatever happens, happens. Whoever went
So,
out or
oh,
whoever brought it,
you
brought it.
going
Oh,
you going to get something to eat? All right, then let me go. Let me get this.
Yeah, let
Pretty
me
much.
let me go get the.
For us, for
It'll
me and
take
my,
over.
my
hold on, I was putting people on some really good movies though. Like people's always relying on me. Okay, what we gonna watch? What we
I
gonna
mean, you
see?
got that
What you
guy.
got for
Yeah,
us?
you
Yeah.
Yeah,
got the guy that's known for something in the clique. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, but if for us, it was we were young. We used to partake in marijuana. Back in the day. So we get pretty lit back in our younger days, and Jack in the Box was the go to. So it's like, bam, playing the game. You do your thing, and then like who going to Jack in the like my homeboy had the car, so we go
So,
pile up, or go to Jack in the Box, come back to my house, do it all over again.
so
to about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Our jacket
Sometimes
in
they
the
wouldn't
box.
come over, so I'd be like, "Damn, what's up with y'all at?" Some of the other guys might be kicking it. It was just a
So our
anyway.
Jack in the Box pretty much was McDonald's because of where we're from, or like a chicken place,
Or
or
Burger
something
King
like that,
or Crystals.
or Burger King. But I remember when I was my freshman year in college, it was like, yeah, it was me, my homeboy Chris B, my boy Minnie, my boy Ho, and my boy Mike B, and we went to the club, dead drunk. So we hungry, like it's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning. We hungry, driving around, ain't nothing open. So we see crystals. This is how drunk we was. Drove to the one my boy Ho said, let me get motherfucking looked at us, and we said all
Hello.
us said a sack full. And he bust out, he said, yeah, let me get me, you, Avery, Crippy, Clint. Yeah, let me get 5 sackfuls. We ain't paying no attention. We just putting out the money. So we get to the window and she steady handed out. Damn, we hit a lick. Ain't nobody, we drunk. Ain't nobody paying. So we get back to the dorms. And Hov and Chris B didn't go to school with us. So, you know what I'm saying? They just spent the night at the dorm. And we wake up the next morning, and we look like, where the hell are these crystal burgers come from? ain't nobody, ain't nobody thought of the fact that we just really ordered like 6 sackfuls.
Dang.
Breakfast.
Oh,
And then when Ho reached in his pocket and brought out the receipt, he was like, "Oh, we were dead ass." Like,
oh,
and he passed the receipt around. We were just shaking our heads, just like we were face palm before the emoji came out.
How
Damn,
much did y'all spend?
that's crazy.
man.
That's what I wanted to know.
What a
It had to be
sackful at
about
the
40,
time.
50.
This was like what two? Yeah, this was 2004. So a sackful at the time was probably like $12, $13. So somewhere around up in there.
No. Yeah, because
Dang.
Crystal Burgers, yeah, it was hella cheap, and our tax ain't that high as
And
Texas
I'm
tax
just
either.
like, and I'm saying a sack full is 20 crystal burgers in each sack. So we had 120 burgers.
Over there looking like the old man from Popeye. All them damn hamburgers.
I
Hamburger,
will
hamburger,
gladly
hamburger,
pay you
hamburger.
Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Freaking hamburger over here.
Yeah,
I
but
recently had the crystals in Greenville.
Don't
It was a lackluster
don't
yeah,
experience.
you hurt
don't.
Oh yeah,
yourself.
it ain't what it used to be. Ain't what it used to be.
Crystals is drunk people food. Like you just want to
Oh,
put something on your stomach. You
it
don't
made
just
me
wake
it made me
up.
drunk. I
You
was
don't
feeling
wake
drunk after I
up
ate
and
it.
say, "Oh, I'm finna go get some crystals," unless you've been drinking.
Typically, it's like you go, so I had the burger, then I had the chick. And the chick, I'm like, okay, I can if the burger nasty, I can fall back on the chick. In this case, I fell back on the burger because the chick was not even like
That
and
was
they
just a
forgot my
bad
ranch.
day.
It was a bad day
It
because
was a
Hot
bad day
Tamale
for
Heaven
us.
was closed. Oh, anyway, we ain't gonna get into it. We got stuff. We got a topic to cover. But
First Scots anyway over hot tamale heaven.
They were
God,
It
closed.
closed too.
they was closed the whole half the
They
week.
closed until Tuesdays now.
They were closed
Oh
until
man,
what?
They're closed
Tuesday.
until Tuesdays.
We got up there. We just waiting.
Seriously?
Okay, like what's going on here?
Them hot tamales must be cracked. It's like, man, we can open up at 3 in the
Pretty
morning. They
much.
still gonna be lining up, so we don't
Pretty
care.
much.
But them boys are good, man.
I'm
Mm-mm-mm.
scared to ask.
Hey, Matt,
What are hot tamales like in Texas?
Not
Never
as
had
good
the
as
it.
in Mississippi.
they have
Never had it.
they don't have hot
Okay. It's
tamales.
a
They
tamale,
have
but it ain't got
tamales.
It ain't got that sauce on there.
It's a
The
tamale. It's just not. It's not a hot tamale. It's a
No,
tamale.
there's a guy in Katie's.
Mississippi.
It's a guy in Katie's.
it's a guy
It's a guy in Katie's.
guy or girl.
A guy. It's a old Mexican guy that you can hit up. That boy's tamales be busting.
Do they?
Yes.
Well, he ain't like the one of y'all friends from down there that's down here now. Us is
So I pretty much can just hit my boy Roddy B up and just be like, "Hey yo,
I
Butts,
told
hit you."
Rod to come to Texas. He hasn't came
Like
to Houston yet.
Any for any
I,
viewers out there that's not from Mississippi, I don't. Is it a Mississippi thing or is it a Greenville specifically thing?
it's more of a,
Mississippi.
it's a Delta
Delta,
thing because of the type
Delta.
of,
You
it's
ever go
because of the type
to
of Native
Mississippi?
Americans that were there.
Yeah,
Those the Thai tamales we have are Native American.
yeah.
Okay, that explains it. If you ever go to the Mississippi Delta, you better get some hot tamales. If you ever find yourself there and you wonder what's the staple here, get you a tamale, man. It's you
And
can't go wrong.
my homeboy Roddy B, look him up on Facebook. Yo,
God.
he will ship your tamales to you. He got chicken tamales, turkey tamales, and beef hot tamales.
That's what's up, Roddy B.
All right, man.
Hopefully he don't be seen like Roddy Rich. Get the tamales on you.
Now that
Put
we're
the
done
tamales
with
on your card.
now that we're done with our here and there food flow,
Food.
PlayStation
Hungry.
State of Play Among Us is coming to the PlayStation, and we got the Ratcheting Clank showcase.
Shut up.
I'll be quick because it's not even no news.
No.
Yeah, so basically, Among Us is coming to PlayStation. They had the Ratchet and Clank skin where you got Ratchet's ears and Clank is your companion.
What?
And the Ratchet and Clank showcase basically showed there's a new character. Spoiler alert! It's not really a spoiler because it's in the trailer. Her name is Rivet, and she's a Lombax too, Gray. You know, so they go to this alternate universe, and you actually play as her a little bit too in the story. So I mean, that's pretty much it. It looked great. It looked amazing. I mean, it's one of the games that I really want to play once I'm able to get a PlayStation 5. So yeah, that they just announced
And it was like
the
a little bit
trailer
of like
and then,
15-minute playthrough and all that stuff as well.
yeah, and then they announced some other game, but no one cared. Some Subnautica game or something.
Oh yes, oh, no, yeah, that's a game that used to be on Xbox for quite some time. It's finally coming to PlayStation. So yeah, we got.
So I was like, while we were still on games, I had ran across this. Bungie explored signing Destiny deal with Microsoft or Sony. So
Yeah, that was in the beginning before they signed their deal with Activision. They kind of explored the idea of going exclusive to either Sony or Microsoft when they were trying to shop the deal for Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's not now. No, that's not now. They're independent. They ain't going back. They finna open up a new studio in Amsterdam. They finna quadruple the size of their studio in the next year or two. They big
Turn it up in
independent.
that might get a
And
high game.
and they got their new game
hell yeah,
Matter.
that's all I was
And they got
thinking.
their new game coming out in 2025 called Matter. So, dang.
Right now, I'm just trying to finish out 2021. I ain't really thinking in aspects of games or nothing like that. The only thing that's forward looking for me right now is around this time next year, I should have a new truck, and by 2023, I know between like late 2023, I plan on owning a house. Those are the only two things I'm looking future wise for, because when it comes to games, Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts told me don't look towards it. Don't even look for it.
And
Hey, you know what those two things have in common? Square Enix.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though. I'm just saying though, yo. Just focus on the things you can control as far as when it comes to dates.
Yeah, great advice.
Don't believe in Square Enix when it comes to dates. That's what you're basically saying. Okay, got you.
Now, I don't believe in nothing no more when it comes to dates. If it's out of my control.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna be waiting on that. You're gonna be waiting on that part 2 for Final Fantasy 7 in 2027, bro. Shoot.
I ain't even worried about it. Whenever it drops, it drops. If it's PlayStation 22 when it drops,
it's gonna be the end of life of the PS5, bro. Wait on the PS6 and
the fact that we got it.
Like next topic was we're about to get into think what we had, we was gonna
Scavengers.
start, yeah, getting to scavengers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna briefly cover that. 'Cause I'm gonna try to do a gameplay review. The Scavengers demo came out quickly. It's just a PVE PvP game where they drop you in and you collect data. This is the scary part. I'm gonna get into this. You collect data, and then you have to fight off hordes of monsters and other teams, and you got an extraction ship. Now they basically took the game premise from that game, the Cycle. If anybody remembers that, by that's on the Epic Game Store. Cycle, where they drop you in, you fight dinosaurs and other teams, and there you have to complete contracts. But this one is data. So that lends itself to, I guess, what the company that makes the game, Improbable IO. This company does scans and they do strategic planning for. They'll take your landscape wherever you are, and they'll like do a scan of it, I guess, and they'll do strategic military planning or help you do that, like of your land. And they work with they say they work with like government agencies and stuff. So I'm like, why is a company like this that does that? Why are they making a game? And why in the game do they have you collect data? I don't know. Maybe it's a conspiracy theorist in me, but you know,
Some type of
that's
folding,
just which is a little
some type
weird.
of folding home type of thing going on here.
I, no, well, not holding. It's just like, they're collecting data. They already help with like military strategies and stuff for people's like land or their areas or whatever. So it's just a little off putting, but whatever.
You really collecting data in
It's
Antarctica somewhere?
huh?
I say you really collecting
What'd you
data in
say?
Antarctica somewhere?
Yeah, right. So it just raises eyebrow. But the game itself is good. I'm a sucker for third person shooters. So like I said, it takes that premise from the Cycle, that whole thing, where it's kind of like a spin on the VR, but not really. You still have a circle that shrinks or whatever. And but they put it in a third person aspect. You got your role and stuff like that. So I was a sucker for that. So it's a pretty good game.
It is a pretty
It's
good
a
game.
demo. Can only get the demo from watching drops from the Twitch streamers that were playing it, so I don't
I
know
think
how it'll be
to
accessible.
today, I think they sent an email because I got access to it as well. Played it for a little bit. I think today is all access is open for everybody now. The first couple of days was literally like you said via a streamer, through a Twitch drop, basically. So yeah, I mean some other things like you have to eat, you have to make sure you stay
Yeah,
warm or you freeze to death. Very similar to like if you anybody
yeah,
played the Divisions expansion for survival. Very similar to that type of aspect. You have to look for
yeah.
food, hunt for food. It'll tell you that you're hungry. You got to hunt that stuff down. So
Well, I did that. I
And they
did that in Breath of the Wild.
and they upgrade. So, and it's another thing they took from. It's just like the Cycle. You can upgrade your. So it's like you play the game, and as you get leveled up and more XP or whatever, you have a specialized weapon and your armor, and you can upgrade it throughout the game. So you drop in and you got to find guns and stuff. But you already have, like, your character has a specialized weapon. So once you get enough experience, you can go ahead and unlock your specialized weapon, so you don't have to run the game with the game giving weapons and stuff. So yeah, I mean, like you said, you got to eat and all that stuff because you get cold. You got to stand by fire. So it's some moving parts to the game,
Yeah.
and look for the storms. Not only the storm that shrinks, but you also have storms that come in, kind of like that event that Apex did recently, where you had to watch out for the moving storms or whatever.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
uh yeah, so it's like that as well. So it's a lot of moving parts to it. It is a good game. I found myself wanting to play it after the first day I played it. I found myself wanting to play it more. So it was pretty good.
Okay, cool, cool. Real quick, no, that's not on the outline, but Apex Arenas is dropping this Tuesday for anybody who's been under a rock this week. So that'll be jumping on. It's a 3v3 arena mode that'll be permanent to Apex Legends. You'll be able to how it works. If you're familiar with Roko, you have currency. You'll be able to buy the weapons you want to use round by round. It's elimination based. So for those who don't or feel like they're not as good as the BR aspect of Apex, this will be your chance to, kind of get good at the game
So
and work on your shooting.
so
Mhm.
so we're finna start. So since we're starting to stream as a team, every Wednesday. I guess we can try this out Wednesday at
I
10.
think that should be our game Wednesday for sure.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
that that
we
should
might
definitely be
start
a
run
game
that
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes. Yep.
In
Okay.
addition to that, so they got rid of some hop ups. They got rid of the turbocharge. They got rid of I think hammer point and something else. But they buffed the guns that use the hammer point. I think they slowed down the fire rate on the P2020, but they increased the power. They increased the mag size of the Mozambique from 4 to 6, and I think they increased the power of something. Um, they added a new. They have a new weapon, the bow check bow, and it's fiercely nasty. It's deadly, man. If so if you one of them sharpshooter type people, is real nasty.
So they
They
sped up the
would
Mozambique. So Mozambique has like zero drop off when you zoom in on it. Oh my god, it's gonna be a freaking
yeah.
banger.
They
Okay.
they made Bangalore smoke thick again because when they tried to optimize it in the last patch, they messed it up. So they're basically adding the thickness back to it. And yeah, they're just adding they're fixing Loba. So Loba's gonna be viable. They're nerfing what's her name?
Rafe is
The
losing low
Scottish lady.
profile. Yeah.
Rafe, and all the other girl, what's her name with the electricity?
Yeah, they're losing their low
Watson.
profile. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
losing their
they
low
ain't no
profile.
more low profile. And what's her name? The newest character, the
Rampart?
one that
No, I know you're talking about
not Rampart.
Horizon.
I can't think of her name, but Horizon. They're nerfing her. They're taking down her ult, like how long it stays or something. So they're nerfing her because she became the meta. Like you can shoot, you know what I mean? Get shot at, pop your Q, and then just lift up in the air and heal, and then you can just shoot down, bullets. So it was like a cheat code if you really
Yeah.
were good at the game. There's a lot of changes coming. They keeping the game alive, man. I like those guys over at Respawn.
That verticality, and then on top of that, with that, the Apex community was like, "Hey, we're gonna go revitalize Titanfall 2 even more." So yesterday, over the weekend, they made Titanfall 2 free to play
Yep.
on Steam, and I think the player population was like up like 720% or something like that, and that's just on Steam. I played on PlayStation, and it's high on PlayStation as well. So if you're a fan of Titanfall
It
2,
was
I know the story mode is really really good. So if you've never played the story, I definitely recommend playing the story. I'm thinking about playing it on stream, playing the story mode again. So go check that out.
mhm.
You really get a good feel of like if you've never played Titanfall and you play Apex, you'll kind of understand a lot of the sound cues. All that stuff is like literally from Titanfall. Everything is
And you'll
basically
fit right in because the mechanics are the same almost.
yep, yep.
Yeah, almost the same. I haven't
Minus the
played.
wall
I
running.
don't know. Like me and
Yeah,
Angry
minus the
B
wall.
guy and I were playing Titanfall, and it seemed like not to like matchmaking when we were playing or whatnot. It just wasn't there. So like it kind of like fell. Like if you
Wasn't
can't
these problems this
never.
weekend?
No, I'm just saying like when the game first came out, like
Oh,
and we kind of I ain't gonna say kind of we fell off with it.
like
So
Titanfall or Titanfall 2?
two.
Okay.
So like
Mm.
we bought it like the day it came out, and
Well,
it was
Titanfall
just
2,
like
Titanfall 2 was a victim of back when it came out. EA made the mistake of releasing Titanfall 2 and Battlefield. Can't remember which one it
five.
was. I think it was
No,
Battlefield 5.
Battlefield One. It was
Something like,
one. Battlefield
and
One.
they dropped like literally weeks apart, and like Battlefield's player base, it destroyed. They killed their own game. They killed Respawn's game, which is why we got Apex. I think like the next year. I think like they began starting the next year. So
Mhm.
they kind of like killed their own game by having
Which I
it so having it so close, but everybody championed the story mode and all that stuff for the game. So go check that out. We got a lot of reviews to get into. We're gonna hit those like back to back to back. Let's get through the small stuff. Let's see. We had leaked photos of Miss Marvel pop up on the internet Friday.
Mm.
Got a glimpse of what she is going to look like in the Miss Marvel costume. Very very comic book accurate, I will say. I like it. I like it. Any thoughts?
I didn't get a chance to see it,
The
I
so
didn't
thing
see
about
it.
Yeah,
It's
Marvel,
on the community.
they
yeah.
It's on the
they
community
know
page.
how to cast. They know how to cast some people
And
like
they know how to
to the T
and they know how to get the right people, the right team to actually make the
to
suits for
make
these
it.
folks.
Yeah, they Marvel doesn't really miss on the acting and the casting on their parts,
Hmm.
and I'm excited because
Can't
with
wait to see
Miss
this Moon Knight suit.
Marvel, you get everybody else, and you know who I want to see.
Somebody said
Riri
she both.
So
I
Widow
may
she just starting the train, and I'm like chugga chugga chug. Let's go, come on.
I think I'm more excited to see T's reaction as soon as she comes.
I'm buying the
I can honestly,
whole Disney merchandise.
I can
That's
honestly say she has been champion, like she has been Riri Williams champion
I'm
since the
telling you.
first comic
Yeah.
book.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Right.
She has like seriously, if you like before I even knew about an Ironheart, Tank brought her to my attention.
Uh-huh. I
But
pretty
no,
much
but it's serious
manifested
though.
this whole thing.
This has if Marvel does that because she got me hooked on it too. And if Marvel does that origin story right, man, but they got to do it right though.
Exactly. I don't want no
Mm.
kiddie-ish, no watered down
They have a writer.
Riri.
What's her? I posted it in the community. I can't think of her name, but they have a writer. I forgot what her previous thing she's wrote for. I had to pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it seems like it's looking good. It's looking
It's
good.
called. Her name is
I
She
mean,
something,
because
right?
I feel
Yeah.
like they could do it right the way Falcon. I feel like
Right.
they can do the origin story right.
Right.
100%.
Chinaka Hodge.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm?
Shinaka Hodge or Chinaka Hodge.
yeah. That's
Oh,
the writer.
the writer.
Yeah,
She's from Oakland. Same as the director Ryan Coogler.
Oh,
so
she's from Oakland.
Yeah.
Oh, she might hold it in there then.
Mm.
Hmm.
oh yeah.
She might keep that drive by in then.
I hope so, man, because I know she's seen it. I know she's seen that.
Oh
In
yeah.
the
She
same
definitely had to read the
actually.
comics, of course.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, but growing up in Oakland,
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
you got,
That's what I'm saying.
you
Well,
know,
she might keep that drive by in there because
yeah.
that's the only way you can actually get to the grit and what Ironheart really is. Like
Mm,
she couldn't help anybody because she felt helpless, and she watched her stepdad and her best friend get shot in front of her. That's what I want on the screen. I want the
I'm,
passion, the drive, and what makes her really Ironheart.
hmm Yeah, no bubblegum stuff on
No
this.
bubblegum.
Hmm.
I doubt it. I doubt that. All right, keeping up with the theme of Disney, Disney and Sony has come to an agreement on a movie rights deal. So all of the Spider-Man movies will be coming to Disney Plus, even Spider-Man number
Hey,
3.
Mm.
And Miles Morales in real life.
mm,
It's like
So
pretty much everything I wanted is kind of coming out to
Sony's
life.
working on a Spider Woman series as well. So I'm pretty sure that's probably part of that deal too.
Oh yeah.
So they
I'm
are.
excited
Is
about
So
it?
all of this.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I did one day. I was on Disney Plus
Oh shit.
and I saw the Spider Woman cartoon. And after about one episode, I pretty much turned it off. I was just like, yeah, just give me the Gwen Stacy the
Mhm.
Spider
Spider
Gwen.
Gwen.
I'd
Yeah,
rather Gwen, Spider Gwen than anybody.
I don't even like the Mary Jane version.
Mm-mm.
Just
It's not.
give me Gwen Stacy
Yep.
because I like the look
Mm-hmm.
and also because like the Spider Woman look really is just a Spider Man suit almost with your it's like a Batgirl suit.
Mm-hmm.
You just got the hair out and like Spider Gwen is like the her own type of Spider Man,
Hmm.
but different colors, like none of the same colors. Got the hood, all of that. It's just like a
Mhm.
different vibe to it.
Hmm.
I think that
That's what
Hey,
they should have went off of with Spider Verse. If they're gonna do like a spin off, they should do a Spider Gwen Spider Man.
mm.
I'm still saying Miles is
Hey,
like jumping in. I'm still saying Miles is coming in from like the damn cartoon into the freaking Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
I'm still going with that shit.
yeah,
were
yeah,
they? Well, this is a question
yeah.
for royalty. Was they saying which direction they were going for the Spider Woman?
No, no, they
Like,
just
it's
said
gonna be
this.
like, are they starting off with animation?
No, this is live action. This is live action.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
everything they're doing.
I'm looking at a picture.
Yeah, they probably just
Going
use the
back
actual clip.
to Ironheart, not to get off subject, but we
Mm.
mentioned it in our community.
Mhm.
The new Naomi, who's
Right.
also the creator, is the same creator of Ironheart, which is Brian Michael Bendis. He also created Naomi too, for DC. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
same
getting
guy.
she's getting a CW show now as
Yeah.
well, and
Right.
she's also joining the Justice League in the current comics as well too.
Oh,
So
that's nice. So
so
I hope.
he getting bucks from Marvel still, and he's getting bucks from DC. So Brian Michael Bendis, great guy, and he helped create Miles Morales. So he's like banking right now.
I just want CW to do Naomi justice though,
Yeah,
I think they
My
will.
because
thing is, it just seems CW shows with black leads don't
yeah.
last long.
Well, we only had one show.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just looking
We
at
only had
all
one
the
show.
other DC shows and their lifespan, and then you look at Black Lightning and their lifespan.
But you gotta see, but you gotta say this though. A lot of people didn't follow up on Black Lightning because people didn't know who he was. He wasn't like super well known. And then when people finally
Yeah.
did give it a chance and saw it, because a lot of Black Lightning numbers come from streaming services, so that's how like the season, that's how they got the additional seasons, was because it did so well on Netflix and stuff like that, and people saw it and it was like, oh man, this show is really really good, but you didn't give it a chance from the jump, and that's kind of
right.
like a lot of times the problem, you know, people black superhero wise, people only kind of like people just fell all on Black Panther because they came out around with the same year, I think, huh? When they came out.
Yeah.
So people were kind of
Yeah.
like only on the Black Panther train and the Luke Cage train at the time, and then like, oh, Black Lightning. And you had the people that always say what they always say. Why does every single character have to have black in front of it? And it's just like, get the fuck out of here,
But
bro.
That's a
since we
valid
on this
I
question, but I
mean,
think it's
in
a
Falcon and Winter Soldier, Sam threw that shade.
Yeah.
Who you, Black Falcon?
Black kid.
Black Falcon. That's Black Falcon. No, that's
Like, bro,
Captain
there ain't no such thing as a
America.
Black Falcon. What the hell?
No, remember on the show, he was like, "That's Black Falcon." That old man, and he's like, "No,
Mm.
that's Captain America."
Who is you, Black America?
hold on.
Buddy,
Since we talking about the
had
CW
me
shows,
rolling, dog.
uh, is anybody seeing like the talks about Static Shock live action?
It's always been talked
Talks
about
They've been
about
static.
talking.
It's just
They've been
talk.
talking about live action static since this pretty much since the series got the cartoon got.
Yeah.
So is it green light or
Static.
not?
It
I don't
is. I
think
mean,
so.
it's being produced by Michael B. Jordan is the producer
Oh
behind
yeah,
it.
Michael B.
So we know
Yeah.
that much,
But they
but we
doing
don't
a
know.
script.
Yeah,
That's
we
what it
still
was. He's doing a script.
yeah. So the script is
It's
still in the
no
works right now.
casting. It's no none of that yet.
Okay.
So it's
My
happening.
thing is, all thing I don't need to do is try to do another crossover and then just start changing or eliminating characters after the crossovers.
Oh
A
God.
waste.
I just found out, guys. Side note is today's the 13th year anniversary of the day that the first Iron Man movie was released.
Yeah, that's on
Yes.
our
Yeah.
community.
Mm.
Yeah, we
The
posted
MCU
that.
was birthed
It
today.
started. Oh my gosh. What were we when we first started first Iron Man? I think
I
what
went
were we?
I went to go see it in the movie theater. That's
13
for sure.
years ago,
What was that?
2007,
2008.
Was it 7?
It was 8.
2008. Yeah, 2008.
Oh, I was in Tampa.
Yeah,
I was in Texas.
I
Dang.
saw it in Hattiesburg. I had moved back to Hattiesburg.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. That's
So
crazy.
I ain't mean to
see
take
here.
y'all down memory lane like that or nothing.
Nah, man. One last tidbit about comics. Anthony Mackie found out he was going to do Captain America 4 in the grocery store. Like,
Imagine
bro.
getting your grapes and your strawberries and you be like, hey, dude, congrats on the movie.
Like what movie?
See?
What?
What movie? Your
Well,
movie.
that's better than the opposite, getting fired on your day off.
pretty much.
That boy got hired on his day off.
That man was like, damn, I guess Kevin's gonna call me Monday. Okay.
Hey, you know that boy spending that money in his head right now. New Porsche. He already breaking that money down. You know, when you get a new job, everybody, when you get a new job, you start calculating. When they tell you your pay rate, you start calculating it, but you don't take off the tax though. But you're like, damn, these checks about to be. These checks about to be.
Then them taxes.
And them taxes, he's like, damn, I was close, but you know that's what he doing with that movie money, dog. New Porsche.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's like they find out exactly when we find out. That's so sad. You would think they would be the first. They would be the first.
Well, Marvel, they have to hide everything from everybody because everybody's just
Because you got people like Tom, like Tom on your team.
I'm Holland
And Mark Ruffalo.
and Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
That's so crazy.
You gotta
It's
literally.
their fault.
No, that would
have
be
them shoot
funny if you
scenes
heard
and
it
don't
from
tell them what
them.
they're shooting in what order.
Ooh.
That would have been funny. They came up to Anthony like, "Hey, congratulations!" Like, what you talking about?
like, what? Congratulations on what? I got what?
Uh-huh.
I got what? I got the movie. Oh,
that would be even funnier hearing it from them.
That boy called up Rolex. Got an appointment. I'm coming in.
What that presidential looking like?
What that presidential looking like? You feel me?
Yeah, it's my wristwear.
Yeah, you know, he ain't playing. He black at the end of the day. You know he gonna have something nice on his wrist. Shoot.
That's why I was just like, yo, if I get a lot, I'm not gonna say I'm not a chain and ring type person, but a watch.
You gonna get you a watch? Oh yeah. I'm walking out of the Rolex store with the Spice Adams laugh. Ah ha ha. Shoot.
Yeah,
you asked for the time. Oh, you asked for the time.
I gotta walk out with the Jeezy.
Yeah. Oh, even if you regret it like 6 months later, like why did I even buy this? You still gonna go. Once you see more than a few O's hit your account, you gonna go buy something.
And then you gotta lay your watch on the. You gotta be like money making Mitch and take your watch off.
No, or you might be that lame dude that was like, I couldn't get this back in '95, so let me go find the original Tag Heuer watch. You know the tags everybody's.
No, don't be like the dudes that go and buy the like the Thugnificent watch.
Right. I heard Jacob was back. Anyway, but shout out
Jacob
to
ain't
Anthony
never
Mackie, man.
Jacob ain't never went out of business. They just don't say his name.
No, he
Right,
got locked
true.
up, bro.
It's Johnny Dang now.
Jacob
Oh
got
yeah, he
locked
did
up.
just get out on some old crazy stuff.
Not Johnny Dang. I'm thinking of Jacob the Jeweler. Jacob the Jeweler got locked up. I remember, like
Jacob the Jeweler. Yeah, he went to jail for a minute.
early 2000s, mid 2000s. Yeah.
And a side note, y'all can talk about this on Hip Hop Rejects, but Gorilla Black just got out too. I think. I think he's doing 9 years on credit card fraud or something like that.
Really?
Yo,
But anyway.
we do got to talk about it a lot, man, because hip hop suffered in 1 week. Like 3.
We don't have to go down that rabbit hole. But
Yeah, we gonna have to. We gotta handle that.
Yeah, I caught something because I watched Black Ink Crew, and it was one of their first
Mm.
episodes of like their season 8, and it was kind of funny. They did like a bachelorette tattoo party, and come to find out, the lady they were doing the bachelorette party was for, guess who her fiance was? DMX, and he walks in at the very beginning, and they find out that that's her fiance, and I was like, oh, 3 years later. I was like, all I could do is shake my head. I was like, dang. So
Yeah, we got to get to work on that royalty. So we gonna try. Hopefully, we can have a show by the end of this week.
Yeah.
yep. All right, man. Let's do this. Let's jump into Demon Slayer review.
Ooh, you want to go
Man,
first, or you want me to go first?
I'll just do my little quick take
I
on it. I
know
mean,
they beat out Mortal Kombat this week.
it was a high selling movie in Japan when it came out 5-6 months ago. But when it was October,
We always get
it was the
trouble.
highest grossing movie of all time
We
in
always
Japan
get crap late. That's what I want to know.
because they had to
And
record for the dub.
they had to do the dub for America because
Oh,
everybody. Let's just put it this way: Americans ain't trying to go read subtitles.
No,
I know I'll do it in a
I
heartbeat.
mean,
Right.
I will because I watched the first half of the Demon Slayer, the first season. I watched the first half in sub.
I watched
And
every
what it
episode in
does for me is
sub.
it gets me more engaged because I have to read, so it gets you
Yeah,
deeper into the storyline.
like
But the second half I watched in sub. All
so,
right.
like when I was younger, I couldn't stand subs, but when I got older, because I was trying to learn Japanese, just like let me
Mhm.
watch these subs, get these pronunciations correct, and help me with the Japanese.
Mhm.
And you know, it was just one other thing. But back on topic, go ahead and get yours out, dope, and then I'll do mine real quick and next
Well,
one.
Tink had to remind me, and I failed to realize that it was just basically so it's basically a conjunction from season 1 heading into season 2, and I
Yeah,
failed to realize that
yeah, that's all it
Rengoku
was.
was sent with them on that train or whatever. So um it was basically just is bridging the gap from season 1 into season 2,
So
which
the
like a
thing
lot of
is
anime movies is just like a standalone. This one was not. This one is like, hey, we're bridging this into season 2. It was a good story. So I forgot in season 1, what's his name? The head guy, he was mad at all the demons for being weak. So he killed off like the lower portion of the demon, but he kept one and he gave him his blood so he can get stronger. That's the dude that takes over this train.
right.
I forget his name. I can't. I'm bad with the names, but he's the one to take over the train. Now, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, he fails miserably, right, with the help of Rengoku and Tanjiro. And Tanjiro is trying to find out more about his dad and the fire breathing and all of that. So that's where Rengoku comes in. But I think that the movie, while good, the animation, of course, spectacular. Sometimes the CG can be a little cheese to me. Like I like the pure animation. The CG can get kind of cheese when you do that, but I think that the second half of the movie when they introduced the other demon, that was just kind of put in there. I know that's supposed to be starting the second season, but it just kind of was jarring a bit because he defeated this demon, then another dude just popped out the bushes like, all right, I'm here now. What's up? And he kills. He does what he does to Rengoku. So all in all, it was a good movie. I gave it about a 7,
so
Whoa.
for me
maybe an 8. I just
for
I didn't
me
like the
it
way
was an
the
8. For me, it was a 9, and that's because I understand the whole concept of the Demon Slayer thing. Because
Mm-hmm.
those demons,
Yeah.
you always got a higher demon watching
Higher.
a lower demon.
Yeah.
You always got a higher demon watching a lower demon.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and I understood from the jump that the movie Mutant Train was a bridge from season 1 to season 2.
Right.
And as far as the animation, even like as far as going forward, if you ever watched any of the Dragon Ball movies, any of the newer anime movies, they got CGI in them,
Mm-hmm.
and it CGI saves them from having to do it's more cost effective for them to do the CGI than spend all that time trying to animate. scenes, especially like Broly and Gogeta fight and the Broly movie. Like, bro, that's not finna be animated without CG. Not what all they was doing, and I can understand why they were doing it like that. But as far as like the storyline, like I was kind of like getting crunk, yo, Tanjiro finna study under a Hashira,
Yeah.
and
That's what I was getting excited about, and got my little heart all
but
broken.
I can understand the end why they did it like that. Tanjiro finna become a dude.
Yeah, he is
Could
about to
be like an avatar. If you haven't noticed,
His
like
his water breathing and fire, but they broke like, oh, the sword maker finna be on his ass again. Broke when he broke his first sword
Yeah.
and he had to make another sword. Now he gotta make another sword for him because he like threw a
chucked it.
javelin with his sword.
He chucked it at the
Yeah.
demon. But
Yeah,
his sword, if you haven't noticed, his sword is black.
yeah,
And
his
they
sword is
said
black.
they've never
It would
like
live
heard
long.
of it. They've
Yeah.
never
No,
heard of
they
it.
they no, they said in the first season when he got his black sword, they say demon slayers with black swords don't live long
don't live long. Yeah, and even I think
because they don't
Rengoku
focus.
said it too.
Yeah, they
In
don't
the
focus on one because they don't. He said it. What route they're gonna go? They don't have a particular route, and we see that with Tanjiro because he has the water breathing technique, but because of his father, he also has the fire breathing technique. So him, I have a feeling he's gonna, of course, he's gonna break that because it just every time they say somebody aren't isn't supposed to do it, the main character is pretty much gonna do it.
Do
well,
it.
I
Just like
bel-
Ichiko wasn't supposed to be, but come to find out they formatted the story to say his mother was see his daddy as Soul Reaper. So,
I
but
think he's gonna be like an avatar, like the last airbender. Like he's gonna be able to control all of the elements and stuff.
yeah,
Because by him learning the water and learning the fire, it's like he's just picking it up as he go. And
yeah,
it just
and
coming
it's like
easy.
he's learning as he go. He has that Tanjiro has that tenacity of Naruto, where
Yeah.
it's like I won't give up, but he does. But he's smart though. You
you
know what
Yeah.
I
know what?
mean?
All these newer anime characters, when you look at Boruto, when you look at Tanjiro, when you look at what's his name from My Hero Academia,
Deku.
Deku, when you look at them, they all have that same characteristics. Like, this is my goal. This is what I'm finna do.
Mhm.
And even though Deku and Tanjiro are way more humble than Boruto is, but this is they all have that mindset where it's my goal, which is pretty much an anime protagonist trait.
Now
Yeah.
let me ask you this: how when they were coming up with the character of Mister Rengoku, how much do you think they had put took Ken Masters into play?
Bro.
Say what?
Boy, that
Why the first time I saw him, bro, I was just like, they really just gave my
dude, he just
that's
looks like
all
even from the
that
eyebrows.
that's why I said they just gave Ken a sword because his speed, the fire, the look up, blonde, the red, like
Dog,
the eyebrows,
that's
Oh
everything.
my
Ken, bro.
goodness.
That's
Kent
Ken,
from
bro.
Street Fighter.
Yes, bro.
Run
That's Ken.
Rangoku bro is Ken, just with super big eyes.
Yes,
Like all the Hashira look like they have to stand in front of bright lights. They
What is it about that? Like
they
they
haven't
all
explained it yet. They haven't explained it yet, and I figured like going into the second season, especially when it's pretty much Ragiku has dubbed Tanjiro as the new fire Hashira. Then what I'm saying, and you saw the crow spread the news what Rangoku said to what I'm saying Tanjiro. So it's pretty much been laid out there that he's gonna be the new
Hashira.
Hashira,
Mhm.
but what I'm saying, we'll get more into the
but
process once he start going through the training.
you have a little bit of foresight, that whole team is gonna be Hashira.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
Itsu is gonna be the new Thunder. Inosuke is gonna be the what is it, the wind, or what is his power? Mist or wind?
No,
One
he
of those.
used beast technique.
Beast technique. But they all gonna be some type of Hashira. Like you
Yeah.
can already see it, maybe like the third or fourth season or something.
It's
And
so
the girl that does the butterfly, the insect one, she even has a protege,
yeah.
a little sister or something, right? So she's gonna
Well,
be
she's not really her
she's
little
a
sister.
team
She's
forming
just
already.
yeah. But the thing is, her and Tanjiro gonna
They gonna,
end.
yeah, you already know.
But the
She cold.
funniest things about Shizuru is like when he sleep, that's when he's the truth.
He wasn't as annoying
That's
as he
what I'm.
normally was. In the season, he was so annoying. In this movie, he was good. He was okay.
That's
Well,
because
you
he
know that's
wasn't
part of
in it mostly.
yeah, he wasn't really in it, so he couldn't really
But
annoy you.
his part that he was in, he was actually well, he was been funny in the season, but when he had his dream sequence and he was chasing around Nezuko, that was funny. When he jumped over that
Nezuko
rock
was
and hit
like,
all
But
the
his
eyes, when he jumped over that
okay.
rock with the lightning, that was hilarious. And
but
when that
that
dude tried to get in this little area with the ice pick, and he turned into some weird serial
but that
killer.
third form is the truth though. But all
Yeah,
in all, just so we can get on, so we can get into the next topic. I feel like the movie was real good. It's one of the best anime movies I've seen, with
Yes.
a great plot line,
Yes.
a great source of a bridge. And the thing is, I appreciated they did it that way versus what
Exactly.
does with the Dragon Ball movies. Like they don't have to go into redo the movie within the series going into
Right.
season two. They can just use, like I said, as a bridge. Just will go ahead, walk across that
Exactly.
bridge, and just start from where that movie ended.
into the next season.
And go right into
Yeah,
season 2. I was like, this is the perfect movie. Like to get you ready for season 2.
because
This
like
is like the perfect movie.
Yeah,
right,
it's like a
just like
prologue.
the My Hero Academia movies are standalone movies. They don't have
Right.
Yeah.
anything to do with the anime.
A lot of
Yeah.
Like
the
and
Dragon
then
Ball Z movies were too, weren't they? Like standalone.
no, they're not
Dragon
standalone
Ball.
because Resurrection of Frieza. Well, the Dragon Ball Z movie, Dragon,
Yeah,
but
that's what I meant.
Dragon Ball Super, Resurrection of Frieza, and Broly. Because I already know when they come back, unless they just gonna jump straight into where they're at in the manga, they're gonna probably try to redo Broly as episodes, which I don't really feel like they need to do because Broly was good by itself. Just bridge it off, continue off of, and you know what I'm saying, get straight into the Moro saga,
But all in
which
all,
Moro ain't nobody but Cell.
Demon Slayer was a good movie.
Yeah,
I
it
just
was a
had to
good
find
movie.
out. I just had to find out some things in the latter part, but it was good.
All right,
All right,
cool.
so
Let's go to Without Remorse.
Mm. So without remorse. So it razzled me with Michael B. Jordan and Tom Clancy, right? I have never read a Tom Clancy book. I'm familiar with the movies and familiar with. I've played more Tom Clancy games than anything, from Splinter Cell to the Division. Never played a Rainbow Six Siege game, but so I'm familiar with it. But when you pair that name, Tom Clancy, with Michael B. Jordan, and then the preview, I was like, all right, I gotta see this. But little did I know that this movie was basically the origin story of one of the characters for Jack Ryan, the series on Amazon. But this is pre Jack Ryan though, so this tells the story of John Clark, who was later, or is it just John Kelly?
he's John Kelly, who's later known as
And then
John
he's
Clark.
later introduced as John Clark. Now, John Clark made an appearance in Clear, I think Clear and Present Danger. Willem Dafoe played him. His name is Clark or whatever. In another movie, I can't remember. I don't know. But basically, this is his origin story because he's like a recurring character in the Tom Clancy verse. So that's basically his origin story. And this movie is signed on for a second one. So There are some post credits, and he's basically introducing the Rainbow Team. So they're setting up for the Rainbow Six movie as well. So, a little bit about the movie. The movie was good. With these type of government movies like this, me personally, I always get a little lost because they can get convoluted, especially when you start adding different names and So basically, his family got killed. He wanted to get revenge. He thought it was somebody, but it wasn't them. And then he's trying to uncover secrets. Him and his other team, and the person he thought it was is was helping him uncover the secret. And he was like, "All right, I think I like you." So it ended up being somebody else, and he took him out at the end of the movie. It was just one of those things. I would have liked to see him go more at it alone, but once you get into the basically the story of Tom Clancy's, then you know why the team is important in there. But if you're looking at it as a standalone, like I would have been like, damn, I wish Michael B just would have just went at it alone and killed everybody on some John Wick type stuff. But that's not how the story goes.
That's like all Tom Clancy novels are based on the novels and the games in the movie are based around
Around who?
is a team.
A team, yeah.
So that's basically Tom Clancy in a nutshell. These military movies that his books and movies are all based on military people. And the thing is about the military, not too many. You're not gonna have too many stories about a military person, regardless of what they go through, going
Right.
at it alone because they understand that they need people
Right.
with
And he's
other
a SEAL
specialties to
member.
handle stuff.
He's a Navy SEAL guy.
Right. So I gave the movie a 9. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a great movie.
It was a good.
I love I the opening part of the movie was so dope to me.
The jail
Like,
scene was mine.
oh, that jail scene. Whoo.
That was it for me.
When you saw him look and he started pumping himself up and getting ready, I was just like, yeah, that boy know what's down.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, you see him looking when he grabbed that t-shirt. I already knew what he was finna do. Cause if you ever watch like prison movies or somebody that don't belong in the gym pop, they start prepping the same way he started prepping, especially if they're a fighter. If they're a trained fighter.
Remember Blood and Bone? Michael J. White?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Fight scene.
This sounded like a bad experience.
It's
For
like-
you. It's like,
That's how you said it.
The fight scenes was good.
Yo, yeah, like fight scenes.
The movie was bad.
Movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, prison movie, so I was giving an example of one.
But like I said, the movie was good, man. I can't take nothing from it. Like Michael B. Jordan, given for where we saw him come from to where he is, has solidified himself as an action star.
Coming from
Think about it. Coming from what was the movie when he was when they was looking, huh?
What?
Fruitvale Station was my first introduction to Michael
My first
B. Jordan.
introduction to him was the movie with Keanu Reeves playing baseball.
Was Chronicle.
Oh yeah. Hardball.
Hardball. That's my first introduction to Michael B. Jordan. So just seeing him come from hardball to where he is now.
What
Yeah,
else
he
he was
child
on? He was on HBO too with who's that HBO show?
Say he was on the wire.
I thought he was.
He might have been.
Yeah,
He was on the wire.
I'm think. Yeah, he was on the wire with some braids.
A whole
Yeah,
lot of
Hey,
a whole lot of
Yeah.
black.
Whole lot of black people was on the wire, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I read it.
Hardball.
I watched when they was interviewing people about that had been on the wire, and they was just like, it's amazing that it didn't get the accolades that it got when it was out. It didn't get the accolades it deserved. It only got the accolades like 10 years after it went off.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of shows because a lot of people don't. I mean, back then people didn't really. When HBO was doing the shows they were doing, people weren't really on them like
It
that
wasn't trendy to watch shows back then, you know.
like that. Yeah,
But
now it
you know, The
is.
Wire was a spin-off, bro.
Social media is a social media and streaming platform, a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
You know, The Wire was a spin-off of that show. It was like a mini series called The Corner.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was telling the story from the actual fiend's perspective. The Wire was from the actual drug dealer's
drug
perspective.
dealer perspective.
Yup.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's move into this last topic.
We got two more, bro. Invisible season finale review.
Oh,
Invincible.
You putting the
Hey,
S instead
he
of
said
C.
you knew it was coming a mile away. I'll let you take this one.
ooh. Well, I kind of called it. I already knew what this setup was. When you take out the main characters in the first episode,
Were they really
They
main
so
characters?
they went Game of Thrones style.
in the first episode, but the season finale, was kind of unexpected.
You
Because
didn't expect him to do that
Very.
like
I didn't
that.
expect it to do it to his son.
Yeah, he did him dirty, man.
The
Like,
casualties.
it took him. Yeah, he took out pretty much the whole city.
But you can't spring no news like that on nobody just late in life like that, like, and expect them to be like, "Oh, for real? Okay, well let's go, pops."
Well,
You know, he already built
Young,
relationship.
I don't want to spoil it for Young because he hasn't even started it.
Oh, Young, you ain't seen it? Oh, dang.
I just
He
y'all
hasn't
started it
started
myself.
it.
I do have some
man.
people that I have a problem with on the show just from this going back from this last finale. I'm like, okay, I got a problem with you, and I got a problem with you.
Who? You ain't gonna spoil it.
Who, Cecil? I mean,
Yeah,
what's his
I
name?
was upset with Cecil, and I was upset with Amber. Like
I had a problem with Amber.
Amber's reaction was really a no for me.
Yeah.
And how it ended, like coming back to it all. I'm like, he had to do that for a reason, sweetheart. Are you not
And
connecting the dots?
I was trying to tell Dope that I'm like, I just don't like how she reacted to the whole thing. I don't
Like,
care
it
who
wasn't-
Why
played.
she does
I don't
that
care
because okay,
if
go ahead.
like it's just you have to put yourself in other positions that other people matter more than
Yeah.
you do, especially from who he is.
But this
Right.
Even though
she didn't know that at first.
okay, and when she did, she still didn't care. She didn't
That's
care.
the thing. That's the thing that upset me. It's
Because
like she
girls don't be caring about stuff like that. Like girls don't be like it'd be like, baby, I gotta go do this. Your girlfriend be like, I just want you to spend time with me. I don't care about none of that. They don't care about that stuff. Long as you with them and stuff. She's like, I don't care or whatever. You know, so if you do the constant flaking and the constant lying and all that, she's gonna be turned off. Like, you know, I've been through it with women. Like, they don't care about is like if you finally break down and tell the truth, they like, okay, well, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
but your
wanted-
time is coming
her man there.
eventually.
and I'm putting myself in a woman's shoes, which I never do. But I'm just saying, I can see why she felt like that.
Young need to watch the show.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all talk about it. I'm not one of them gonna be like, don't spoil it for me because I'm still gonna take my own perspective from it.
Yeah.
I wish
But
Ingrid
anyway,
B
like
that I was here though.
it's basically a what if Superman was bad type of ordeal.
We've had a lot of those perspectives
That ain't
lately.
but that
Yeah.
ain't that ain't no
But-
Superman, sweetheart.
Yeah, but this is like pretty much he's been setting up this whole thing
I can
on
tell you,
taking over the world.
I can tell you this right now. I can literally tell. I'm only on the first episode, and I can already tell there's something up with him. Just his demeanor.
That man, oh,
When it's
Say
his
again?
whole, I'm on the first episode. I can already tell from his demeanor how he accepts the fact that his son has power. I can just his mannerisms are just all like something ain't right about you, bruh. Something ain't right.
Now,
The opening, I knew something was
though.
up with the opening.
Yeah, how he
Like
came
when he
in.
came in.
Yeah, everybody else
Yeah.
showed up,
Yeah.
and this fool just like last one behind him, like, I feel like you got something to do with this.
What we need to stop doing, though, y'all, what we need to stop doing is with the Homelander comparisons, though, because
Oh
People,
no.
people are doing
it's
it,
not the same.
He made
They
and
be like,
made
oh,
Homelander look like Superman.
but right, but see, I would say Homelander is
dang.
worse than Omni Man, and here's why. I'll say Homelander is worse than Omni Man, and here's why.
Yes.
Because Omni Man is loyal to somebody. Homelander is not loyal to nobody but himself.
Himself.
Omni Man is doing this for Omni Man is doing this for his universe. He has a home and all that he spoiler alert, right quick. This is all right, I'm gonna put you in the shoes of Omni Man though. How he feels on Earth. He called his wife that he had a baby with. He said he looked at her as a pet. That's what shows you. He's not even loyal. He was like, look, I'm living hundreds of years. I'm looking at the big picture, and I have this whole this whole planet I'm loyal to. So when he goes somewhere, he's loyal to something. He's like, okay, this is my allegiance. Homelander on the other end is not loyal to nobody but himself. He all for death. So
Basically,
those
so
comparisons,
what if
I mean,
Zod came
every
to
time.
Earth and became Superman? And yeah, basically, in a sense.
And that's
Homelander
where
is worse in
you
my opinion. But anyway.
here's something that I had a problem with that. Just thinking about like taking in all that, like his mission. So you're saying that you've already eliminated all the people that you know are not going to make it on your planet. Like you don't have any plans on creating anymore. You just like this is the select people that are going to fill out this mission that we have.
This is Thanos.
It's pretty much
Pretty
the
much.
strong survives. Yeah.
He want to make him see he's like y'all need to get down with us or die.
So what was the point of him making Mark?
Get down to lay down.
I was gonna
I think
say
that probably was a cover, but I don't know.
Well,
I was
no,
gonna
he
say,
wanted to
yo,
make more like
Basically.
of him.
yo,
He
you either gonna be
because
AOB, you
remember
either
when
gonna
he
be
said
down with us or you gonna lay down, son.
That's basically what
that's
he
what he
wants.
said
That's the
to
time
his
he was on.
kid.
That's what I
That's
got.
exactly what
And
he said to
think
his
he took out
kid. You
the
heard what he said to him. He said, "I can make more of you."
and
He
he took
said
out
that while he was
because he knew they was gonna stand in the way.
Dang. All right. Get some binge watching this shit tomorrow. Finish it up. Start tonight.
Yes,
Hold on.
yes.
I got one more thing about.
All right.
So anybody notice that the title card just kept getting bloodier and bloodier for each episode?
Yeah,
Like pretty soon it's just
I
gonna
didn't
be
even notice that. Now I gotta go back and watch.
from the very beginning, no blood, and then just each episode, come on, more blood until it's gonna be covered.
What is that? Oh wow! Now I gotta go back.
they saying they're gonna introduce seasons and them characters in the next season that we probably ain't gonna like. I don't know yet.
Oh
Yeah, so yeah, to piggyback off of that, yeah, they are getting a season 2 and 3. So
And 3, yeah.
and there will be more of Invisible coming. So
There's still a messed up thing the robot did. Still thinking about that, like, dude,
That was still weird. I don't know why that was weird. I mean,
I can't get past that.
he has an affection for the child.
she's not really a child, but
I mean, she is a child. She's just a monster.
no, she's a grown woman. She
She's
just
a
gets
grown
younger every
woman,
time
but
her powers.
Oh, so
just
she
looks like
Benjamin
her.
Button when she used her power.
Pretty much.
Pretty much Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
But like every time she
And-
uses her power, she gets younger.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, man. Last recap for tonight. Yasuke anime came to Netflix. We got six
Yasuke.
episodes. Yes.
Still haven't seen it.
That man just eliminated, just killed the E at the end and then added
Yasuke.
the Yasuke, man.
Look, I know you studied Japanese and all that good stuff, but guess what? I'm Mississippi, so yeah, I'm just country as a motherfucker. So that's what we're going with.
I haven't watched it yet.
So you was the
Animation
one
was bad on
calling
that
that.
joke.
You was the one calling
something I was
Ryu
missing.
Ryu. You was calling Ryu.
Yes, because I'm country. And I will say Hadouken as well.
Raju, RYOO.
You was saying Ayugi.
Exactly. I said that too. I don't care.
I'm so glad I read the books when they came with the games.
Royalty was playing Street Fighter with the Ryu skin, shooting people down. You get, you
He was saying right. He
Look, he
was
said, "Yep, I was."
he was
That's
just thought
funny.
Raven was just saying ta ta ta.
Yes.
That's funny.
Bro,
That's
it
funny.
already so funny because I got so many cats that we were playing these games with, bro, and they just the way they were just butchering names and
Mhm.
butchering move names. Pronunciation.
Hey
Like,
man.
damn, here go the book, bro. Read the book. It came with the game for a
I don't speak that
Oh yeah,
dialect, bro. I don't know how that pronounced. Is that what they gonna tell
Maki, what?
you? Is that what they gonna tell you? All right, man. So let's get into it.
cat see a TS and just
Yeah.
lose their mind. It supposed to be ST, not TS. Yeah,
I
let's
didn't
go.
see it yet. I downloaded the seasons and I popped it in. Now I will say that from what I do know, Flying Lotus did the composition and the beats, so that's dope.
Yeah,
The
it got a
soundtrack
Uh,
good
is
soundtrack too.
fire.
This
the
soundtrack
soundtrack is
is
fire, and
fire.
I think Lakeith Stanfield. Shout out to him. He's
He's
got,
yeah,
but
he's
the animation looked terrible to me. I'm sorry, y'all. And that's me coming off Demon Slayer. Like the way they drew the characters, I'm not. I don't like it. I
And
ain't
that's
saying I'm
what
gonna
I
so
watch it.
kept
it's
trying
a
to figure
different
out. I kept trying to
it's
figure
a
out what
different
other
anime.
my bad. Go ahead.
It's a different anime style. Like if you know like watch anime as long as I have, you know that there are so many different styles, and it just depends on the artist. They all have to have a unique style because they don't want like Soul
I think
Eater,
Afro
like,
Samurai got me spoiled. I'll just say that.
and that's what you can't go into it with because these are
Right.
different artists.
I didn't even like the animation on Cannon Busters, so I can't really go into it like that. Like Cannon Busters, this art style was kind of, but the animation in it was dope. So
Shoot, I'm like that
you
with
know
certain comics, man. Certain artists
when they
just
went in
don't.
that fight scene in that club, when that ninja was looking for him, that was actually dope. Um, but this art style, I
So,
wouldn't. I was like,
so if you've ever watched anime like Goren Lagann, Akame la Kill, Kill la Kill,
Kill the
like
Kill, yeah.
you like if you ever saw well Goren Lagann and Kill la Kill are basically almost like the same type of animation style. Soul Eater and Fire Force have the similar animation style.
Yes.
But then you have those animations where they trying to stand out. And if I'm not mistaken, if it looks like Yasuke, the art style looks more Korean than Japanese.
That's what I'm thinking. Like it don't look purely Japanese animated,
It looks
and it looked
more
like something out of
Korean.
the '80s. Honestly, like some '80s
And maybe they were trying to go for a
anime.
certain art style because it was the 1500s, maybe.
And that's possibly too that they try to go for.
I,
Uh,
the meat of the show, I don't know. I'm just going off of external things that I saw.
I know I got the freaking
so
I got the freaking samurai Batman vibes when I started watching this. I know that much.
Even that was animated better than this. But anyway,
I
but I
actually thought the animation would be something similar to like Castlevania.
Yeah, I mean,
no, see, they Castlevania
I can
animation
see
is
where you
what
say
they
that.
Hmm.
Animation is what they used in Blood.
Yeah.
So
season 4 is out right
like
now.
this is
Anyway.
oh I didn't already watch season 4 of Castlevania and but it's one of those things where like the story you would think is gonna be to me it felt like it wasn't about him even though they flashed
Mm-mm.
back to his past a lot.
Hmm.
It was more about the girl, the little girl, than it
Yeah.
was about him. And it
The
seems like the story is about him, but he's more like a sidekick than a
It's a
than a
it's a very loose interpretation of him because I kind of knew about the whole thing with the
Yeah,
girl with the
loose
abilities.
is loose is loose is being general. I mean,
Yeah,
being gracious.
and it's only it is very loose for the reason that because there is very little information known about
Information.
him. He's known being associated with Nobunaga, all that type of stuff, and kind of like how he got there and stuff like that, and some of the stuff he took part in, and that's literally it. So it's not really a whole lot that's known
But
about him. Go ahead.
What about the other guy, Hanzo? Wasn't he a black samurai too? It was a black samurai named Hanzo, wasn't it?
not sure. I have to look that
I'd
up.
have to look that
Not,
one up.
but as far as him whooping ass, oh, it wasn't no doubts about that though.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Oh, he had a silver platter. He came to the fight with, pulled it out his back pocket and handed it to his ass. That's what he did, and I was just like, bro, is not going. But it's
I'll
just
say
like
this
when
much:
you get into
he
the meat
wasn't
of the
going.
story.
Okay, spoiler though. Even when the chick he was on the battlefield with, that you kind of knew she liked him, and
Yeah,
he took her down with
through the chest.
through the
Like Chris
chest, no
And
Brown
it
regret.
took
was
her
so
down?
that death was so poetic though,
Like Chris
because
Brown took her down or killed her?
no, he killed her. He ain't take her
Oh,
down.
I thought you meant like took her down. Like I'ma take you down.
Nah, but like the fact that you could tell they cared for each other, and that he stabbed her through the heart. That was
Gone.
that was poetic about it. And I guess maybe I'm reading too much, but to get to stab the woman that you got feelings for through the heart,
Yeah,
and she lets you know,
Personal.
yeah, because he felt betrayed
Yeah.
and he felt like he was being used by her.
yep.
And but when as she died, she was just he was just she was just relaying to him he tried to use, relaying that she had actual feelings for him.
Uh, Too late now.
But that is some aspects of the anime that just, you know what I'm saying, it's I wanted more action. I'm not saying it's lacking in action. I just wanted to see him fight more
More.
in a long drawn out battle
Yeah.
than just these short bursts of
Yeah.
flashbacks or these quick fights.
Yeah, that final
Yeah.
battle at the end was kind of really more hinged on her than him.
Yeah, that is more about her than him. Yeah, and you know that took place in, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual plane. So I mean, yeah, they focus more. That's what I'm saying.
Very Omnimusha like, if I can quote, like as far as
Yeah,
like a style, like video game wise, from a video game perspective, very Omnimusha like this
yeah.
anime series, which I love
Neo
Omnimusha
like
games. So yeah,
it's Neo like, but I mean
I don't
like
play that. That's too hard.
when he cleaned himself up and everything, and I thought he was gonna try to throw all his armor back on, just be walking through here looking like, yo, I'm ready for what's up. But I mean, for him not to have no powers or nothing, he going up against these powered up people and
Getting with them.
coming out. And yeah, I mean, holding his own. But like
Would
my
it be
biggest
fair to say he
thing,
had black power?
ooh, what mute button when I need? Where a cancel button when I need it? These dad jokes, bro.
Oh, man.
These
Come
dad.
on, man. That was a good one. Give me that one. Give it to me now.
Wah,
Give it to me
wah,
now. Give it to me,
wah.
duck. Give it to me, duck.
Like if we was up and we were really at dad jokes, I would have hit you with one of them.
Speaking of
I don't
another
care what they
part,
say.
Yeah.
Black. being black is a power, it's a superpower. So,
Speaking of
all right,
another
anyway.
part, when he got to, I think it was the flashback scene when the guy called him out when they wanted to fight him, and he literally like, bro, he literally took them boys out in like a couple slashes and they were done.
Yeah, where you talking about when they went to the Iga clan's fortress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just pretty much just got out,
We want
walked up there, tried.
we want to fight the black samurai. I'm like, you sure about this nigga?
All right.
Okay.
He was like, "No blood need to be spilled here now." Chief, Big Dick Chief Wall jumped down ready for the action, and you and your whole army cut these L's.
Caught that sword, got chopped up, Ginsu style.
But like I said, I just wanted to see more than just flashbacks of him. I really wanted to, but it did play on the fact that you know he was a slave, so you know what I'm saying, which is understandable. Like even today, it's understood Japanese don't care that much for black people. So, but my biggest irritation of the series was the preacher.
Oh,
He just
yeah,
he irritated the hell out of me. Him and his brass knuckles.
oh yeah, When these them brass knuckles out, I'm like, oh, we going down like that right now? All right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I give Yasuke, I give the first season of it. Yasuke, I'm probably gonna give it about an 8.
That's even pretty high.
Yeah, it's about an
Yeah,
8 or a 9 in my
because
book.
I understand as being a former artist, your own style and trying to do things that's not like everybody else's. I can understand why the art style is.
Okay.
And I mean, I think Sid can feel me on that too. Like, you don't want to have your stuff looking like everybody else's
Yeah, true.
already out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. It's already
My
we already got a black samurai that has a very good legacy in anime. So you got to really make this one stand out from there because you don't want it to be like, oh, is this like blah blah blah? Like, no, it's different.
You're right. You didn't want to have
I'm just
another
going off a
Afro
raw
Samurai.
visual of what I see. I don't like.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
But
the
It's
thing
raw.
is,
If I'm looking at this, I don't like it, and I ain't saying
you don't
nothing
want to
against
have
it.
another Afro Samurai out there, even though I would
Right.
like another Afro Samurai movie or actual season.
Yeah.
But you know
So
what I'm saying?
you don't want the confusion to be there because some people kind of look that maybe new to anime, they'll look at the style and be like, oh, this is like, Afro Samurai. So they probably didn't want that comparison and want it to be its
It
own.
just don't look. It just don't look. It don't look
Yeah.
modern to me. So
Yeah.
right.
I mean, it do got like an old school feel to it. Don't get me wrong, but I can understand that artist doing it the way he doing it because that's probably what he was feeling. Where he was animating it, that's probably what they were feeling. And art is more of a feeling than a process.
Boy, that soundtrack
I get it. No,
was
I get
off the
all of that. I get all of that. I'm not taking nothing away from none of that. I'm just saying, like, if it's not visually pleasing to me. That's it.
soundtrack though. The soundtrack is
The soundtrack. I heard the beats. Some of the beats. I was like, yeah,
yes.
But see, that soundtrack give you them Samurai Champloo, vibes.
yeah.
It do give you that though, cause I ain't gonna lie, Samurai Champloo got the best soundtrack
Out of any anime to
ever.
me.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Naruto got some Japanese hits. You know, Dragon Ball got a couple of crossover Americanized, but Samurai Champloo out for straight hip hop perspective.
Yeah.
They have the best
They had
soundtrack.
one with that one for real. Yeah.
Yo, and then the way they like the only other thing that I can compare to is not even anime. It's a movie that MTV got and adapted for hip hop. It's really not called Volcano High, but that's what Americanized.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because after Volcano High, when we came back to school after we watched that, it was just like talking about it. It's just like, bro, did you hear every song that they played? Bro, when you at the beginning of a fight scene, you hear Lil Jon go,
Mm.
and they about to bust down with these hands.
Well,
I
you kind of gotta give it to RZA though, what he did with Afro Samurai too.
Oh yeah, don't get me
You
wrong.
know, his
Even
music was a little
even in
dope.
his Iron Fist, even in his
Yeah,
Iron Fist movies, his soundtrack dope.
yeah,
Yeah.
But like, I just gotta give it to Samurai Champloo though. Like
yeah.
they
Shout
had a
out to
better
what is it,
sound.
Nujabes?
Yeah,
Yeah, shout out to Nujabes. But Flying Lotus though, I mean, he's one of my favorite producers. So yeah, he has a hand in this. So yeah, this is
y'all don't let Pharrell get a hold of anime.
oh god. Well, well,
Him with his
Despicable Me, but yeah,
him
an
with his
actual anime, yeah,
him with his 4
Don't
I
characters
let
in
feel it's
every
coming
damn
too.
song.
don't let Pharrell or Timbaland or somebody like that.
Hmm. Guess who's a big anime fan and a nerd? Music Soul Child.
I can see that.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
Like
So you
somebody
know,
like him, Will I Am, somebody like
Oh,
that.
Will I
It
Am
wouldn't
most definitely
surprise.
would not surprise me at all.
Hey,
Will I Am not at all.
Will I Am wouldn't surprise me at all. Like somebody like Kanye or like Dre or Timbaland or somebody
I mean,
like that.
that's like saying,
It
man, I didn't know
wouldn't
Lupe
surprise.
Fiasco liked anime. Of course, he likes anime. He's Lupe.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah, we know
of
Lupe
course
does. It's
we.
all over.
But
He plays
like
Street Fighter.
Pharrell would surprise me. Pharrell and Chad, like the Neptune, because if you ever listen to them, they always been futuristic and they always separated from what's the norm.
Hmm.
But I think that's it for us tonight.
Yes, man. That is going to be a wrap for this issue of Nerdflow Podcast. Please make sure you guys go and follow the new. I won't say it's new, but we have a URL now. YouTube.com/Nerdflow Podcast is the URL. So go check us out on there. If you miss any part of the show, we'll be posting different segments from today's episode on the YouTube channel throughout the week. So make sure you go check that out. Go give it a thumbs up, like the videos, share the videos. Also, go follow all our socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We also have a Facebook community also. Go over there and join that. That's in the chat right now if you want to join that also. And yeah, man, we'll catch you guys next week for issue
Oh,
179.
don't forget about the contest that we have running for the rest of this month. And we
Si,
also
senor.
have Patreon coming very soon. So
Si,
be on the lookout for the what you said.
I said, si, senor.
All right, y'all.
We'll
Y'all,
catch y'all next week, man.
Cause
I threw him off
And,
again.
and rest in peace to
really
Kyojuro Rengoku.
Oh yeah, that's the was that the composer for Dragon Ball, right?
No, he died in Demon Slayer movie.
I'm thinking, okay, yeah, the composer for Dragon Ball did pass away though.
Wow.
The composer did for Dragon Ball did
yeah,
pass away.
yeah.
No,
He
rest in
said
peace, my
Ringo.
dog. Yeah, that's his name, Kyojuro Rengoku.
Yeah. He
All
didn't
right,
say
y'all,
Goku, he said Ringo.
we gonna catch y'all next week, man.
All right.